So I have a confession. I am not a big fan of vegetables. So what I normally do is first thing in the morning, get me some greens, whether it's athletic greens or this immuno greens from EPN. This is something that I've been doing first thing in the morning, along with my creatine and glutamine. That's the first thing I drink in the morning, and I go for a walk. So that has been my consistency in terms of keeping myself healthy. Well, because I don't necessarily consume vegetables like a normal human being, I drink it. And I also do spinach in a smoothie. Um, and well, from time to time, I mix in some green peppers and stuff like that in my breakfast, egg scrambles and stuff like that. But overall, in my meals, it's generally rice and beef, and or rice and chicken, and some sort of bone broth, either beef or chicken. So that has been what's keeping me in terms of consistency. Yes, I am off track from time to time, as well as well, I am not as strict, to be honest with you. It's matter of getting a understanding of where your base metabolic rate is in the early stages when you determine you want to go into a weight loss journey. At least every couple months, you want to check your base metabolic rate, or make sure you have a nice reset where you're at the baseline to work with. So that way you don't diet down when your metabolic rate is already screwed up. So very important to understand that you want to be at a baseline or restore your base metabolic rate before you start any sort of weight loss or diets or anything. That's going to play a big role in terms of for your health and in terms of just long-term results. Another little tips I got is the smoothie I make. So I am reading into a lot of vertical diet. That is something that I've been kind of following just because the Monster Mash has been very, very easy to make. It's convenient. It taught me actually, just to measure out my meals on a consistent basis. Just roughly 6 to 8 ounces of protein, whether it's chicken or beef. I usually do ground bison. Costco has been the best when it comes to buying the meat. Sometimes I mix it up. I sometimes try the fattier beef, 80/20 sometimes even. But most of the time I stick with the 93.7 bison. Sometimes it's, when you're doing a weight loss journey and stuff like that, don't be too harsh on yourself. Enjoy life at least a little bit, because when you just throw everything out the window and just trying to stick with a diet, that's where people fail. And I obviously went on that rabbit hole before and, bounced right back and got to the peak weight of at least 280 something. So something I've learned throughout these last decade of trying to weight loss is you got to enjoy the process, enjoy the journey in order to have success. So right now, the way I'm doing things, I'm actually not really tracking. To be perfectly honest with you, I just have a good understanding on baseline level where I need to be, which is around my resting metabolic rate is around 27,000 calories. And because I do work out at least a couple times a week, I peak at 3,000 ish for calories. So in order for me to lose weight, I have to keep it under around 2,500. And let's be real, 2,500 of calories is plenty, and there is plenty of ways to, stay on top of proteins and everything. So in general, I keep it fairly simple. The main thing I focus on each meal, I have about 3 to 4 meals a day, and I have to have 6 to 8 ounces protein, around 6 to 8 ounce or 1 cup or half a cup of rice, and I throw in some shakes and greens if I have to, in terms of just diversify everything. But from time to time, I have a meal or two prepared, so I'm not really going off track that crazy. And then from time to time, I will tell you, I will admit it, I go out there and get pho and sometimes a sushi bowl, and once in a while I'll eat out with a friend. Obviously, I still kind of make this conscious selection of choosing, hey, whatever's got like the highest protein first. Hey, I love meat, so eating out for me, getting a steak, perfect. That's an easy fix. And sometimes, I'll be perfectly honest, I order wings, but not often, because I think on a conscious level, I still understand that wings is a little bit too processed, too much oil, just a fattier protein in general. But if they got steak, New York strips are great. Ribeyes is on the fattier side. In the beginning of my journey, I did utilize ribeye quite a bit, but I found out it's like, oh my god, my calories are up so quick, just because ribeyes are fattier and has a little bit of a higher fat content and calorie content, and so kind of dive down a little bit. Ribeye is good, but from time to time I switch it up to ground beefs, even in sirloins are great. Cheaper cuts of beef, it's fine, just gotta figure out ways to make it decent. Seasoning, do your thing, man. Sometimes I throw in some curry powders. Something I learned from Russell Orhee. What was that called? The seasoning, Slap Your Mama. That was pretty good. I use that stuff. So moderation as always. It's just, you got to enjoy what you eat. You just kind of have to enjoy it.